Hello one and hello all, and welcome to the Barons Manor Park South sale here in Southampton for November. Now, some might say that November's a little bit early for Christmas, but seems that we don't have a sale until after the new year. This is going to be our dedicated Christmas sale, so hopefully everyone can get something nice for each other. Now, Santa Claus was unfortunately booked, so I've had to make do, and we've got the one, the only, Tony Cavell.
Good day to everybody, and a Merry Christmas to you all.
But we're just going to have a little look through. So obviously we've got lots of cars coming up for this auction, and hopefully lots of people ready to bid, put their hands up and get themselves something special. But having a look through, right now, is there anything that's really standing out to you, Tony? I mean, I'm looking at these two Corvettes that are flanking either side.
Well, obviously, they are my thing. And Corvettes, both of them are manual, which is very rare. And to have two manuals together is even rarer.
Well, it's two very different beasts, isn't it? Because the C3, certified classic. I mean, it was the first car that they used for IndyCar. Nice fiberglass body, lightweight compared to a lot of the Yank tanks. And this one, 4-speed manual as well.
Yeah, a 4-speed manual Stingray. Nice car inside. Nice paintwork. I
was going to say, if Charlie wants to come through and have a look at some of the cars coming through,
yeah,
we'll obviously walk and talk. And then the other side, we've got the C5 Corvette, which is a beast of a different generation. LS1 engine in that. I mean, the engine in that's worth probably as much as it's listed for anyway.
I'd say so. And the 6-speed gearbox is something even more special.
I wouldn't beg to count how many times you've lit up back tires or stuff like this.
I haven't in any of these yet, but if I buy one, I might.
But and also coming through, we got this lovely MG TD, but not just any TD as well. Mark II competition.
Yeah, rare
very
competition.
Special. Only about 1,600 of these made, I believe.
Yeah, rare competition example. Very nice condition. Little bit of mocha blister, unfortunately, but the rest of the car is so solid, so well done. It's a really, really nice little sports car and very reasonably priced.
I was going to say, one of the things I love about these auctions is the fact that it's such a range of stuff. You know, it's not just niche, high-value stuff, and there's also not just, a load of common cars. There's a bit of something for everyone. You can go all the way from, a fairly modern BMW 420d to, something like the Alvis 1260. There's such a variety of cars, and there's something for everyone.
Yeah, modern to veteran, you can't get much better. Lovely, good spread of everything. You've got a lovely Bentley S3, beautiful old A65 van, half-ton van, which is exceptionally nice. But again, the SE4, further up when you go down in a minute, you'll see that one. Triple carb,
straight
2.5 litre straight six, beautiful car.
Or something I very much have a little bit of a soft spot for, because I love the kind of weird, the wacky, the small and the Japanese. Honda CRX with the Del Sol. Such an overcomplicated roof as well, but it works. It's Japanese, so it just keeps working. And in these lovely bright paint schemes as well. It's something that sticks out compared to the boring drab and grey that you see everywhere.
If you like green, it's certainly very green.
No lack of green.
Does suit the car with the green in the seats as well.
Oh, another one I will.
Overall, it just has a good effect on it.
And again, no reserve, so it'll go for what it goes for. Yeah. Whatever the bid gets up to, that'll be the happy new owner of a Honda.
Yeah. A nice bargain for somebody for Christmas.
Yes. Well, if someone wants to chuck it in my stocking, I won't complain.
Well, I think you get a fair bit of your stocking.
Nudge.
Nudge. Nah. I'm generous, not quite that generous.
Maybe next year.
Maybe.
I'll have to be extra good for next year.
Maybe.
But we've also got that XK. I very much will be keeping an eye on that. Because again, late one, the one you want, it's absolutely gorgeous, and they are silky smooth and quite reliable, surprisingly given Jaguar's reputation, I think. People underestimate them a lot.
This one being the 5 litre, but not supercharged, it has more than enough power without. I
was going to say, we come and have a look at it. Get Charlie round to
the power. Very nicely finished, beautiful car. The last of these have such a good finish to them. They're so well equipped, and everything about the car was last of the range, but they perfected everything.
That's what, if I said to you £8,000 to £9,000 for a very late Jaguar XK,
I'd say Happy Christmas.
And again, coming on through, we keep coming on through. There's plenty more. I mean, the team's been hard at work. They've been scouring the country from barn to car park, house to house almost, trying to find the best cars to bring into the auction. And lovely SL500 here. The R129, one that I think is very slept on compared to the R107s. The R107 is obviously, the classic that everyone thinks about, but these are so much easier to live with and still just as stylish.
The roofs are slightly lighter as well, so when you are lifting them on and off, it's so much better.
Well, the electric latches on them, because the amount of times we've had, the older generations on, you're trying to get the roof off and the latch gets stuck at the back. This, pull a button, off, done. And also this one as well, they redid the soft top on it, and it's in really nice condition.
The whole car overall is in good condition, very tidy car. And again, something very nice to have as a drive around for the new year.
Well, again, if it's good enough for Princess Diana, it's good enough for me.
Oh, I think I quite enjoy it, if you know.
But again, coming on through to something very different, we got a bit more of a project, this lovely Humber over here. Most of the hard work's been done on it. Again, it's been pulled out of a barn. A lovely kind of project, but the parts have been sourced. The replacement block that it needs has been sourced. So all you need to do is just put the hours in over Christmas. Get in the shed, get working on it, and hide yourself away with a cup of tea and come out next year with a nice car.
A very nice winter project. Say the block's already done. It's already machined. It's, if you want to give yourself a few weekends of very
fulfilling work.
Yeah, fulfilling.
Rewarding restoration, I think is the term. But again, it wouldn't take much to make this in a condition that'd be lovely to take out to shows next year. And I think projects now is a great time for it, because you don't want to be working on it when you're missing all the shows and missing the season. You want to get something now to keep yourself busy and out of the cold. And then once you're done with it, it'll be the perfect time to get out from the cover and show off your hard work.
Have it all finished for when summer's here, and take it out for a weekend trip down to the pub, nice Sunday lunch, and a nice casual drive home.
Or if you want something that's a little less intensive to kind of work through, we've got this Porsche 924 car that, again, I think is a great starter classic. Again, it's £4,000 to £5,000, I believe. Really cheap to get into, really easy to handle, quite easy to work on, quite a good reputation for reliability as well.
They're very reliable, very drivable. One of the best balanced cars to drive, 50-50 weight distribution. They are just a really good, undervalued Porsche.
And again, very well looked after. I mean, if Charlie wants to come around, look at the interior of this Porsche, the quality of those seats in the interior, well looked after. There's not much at all that needs doing to it. You can just get it now, take it and enjoy it. And that's obviously one of the great things of this as well, is that, you can put your hand up in the auction. If you pay, you drive away today.
Absolutely. One of my favourites is obviously parked just behind the SE4, which I pointed out earlier.
Yes, the Scimitar. Well, we're talking a little bit more about that later as a hint for what's to come. But a great car. One that came in relatively late into the auction, people might not have realised it's here.
Came in very late on, but lovely manual overdrive.
Rare things these days as well.
Six-cylinder, beautiful triple carb. They're just such a good car for their time.
Oh, completely. Although another one of my favourites that I'm hoping to talk about a bit later with the lovely ladies and gentlemen is that Alvis at the back, the Beetleback. Such a fun car to drive. I'm very much, I like, my old style, get the goggles on, twiddle my mustache and drive down the country roads. Feel like an old school gentleman racer.
A car very much of its time. The paintwork is cracked a bit, but it's such a beautiful patina, such a solid car. It's just a stunning, usable car.
Oh, I guarantee
Definitely
you.
a bit of me.
The patina that I will have at that age will be a lot worse. I can guarantee that.
The paintwork's cracked about as bad as mine, but it's a very, very nice car. I even love the colour. I
do. Very deep green. And we've also, for the people that have come on down, brave the cold to come down here, we've got refreshments, got some nice mulled wine, mince pies. We look after people.
We try our best.
Well, I might be tucking into some of them later just to, keep the fuel reserves going. But I don't want to keep you for too long, so I'll just see whether we're ready to hand back to Tom at all.
Doesn't look that way.
Well, I've just got the thumbs up, so I won't hold you on any longer because I know everyone's eager to get started. So on that note, we'll hand back over to Tom. We'll get started.
Right then, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Manor Park Classics. We're down south today with Baron's Auctioneers here. Today we got a few things to run through. If you are looking to bid today and you haven't registered already, please make sure you go and register because registration needs, you must have your bidder card in order to bid today. Commissions today on the cars are 12.5% plus VAT, subject to a minimum of £600 plus VAT as well. And on the bikes is 15% plus VAT, plus subject to a minimum of 300 plus VAT. The VAT is only on the hammer charge. We also have our other unit across the way with many more cars over there. If you need toilets or facilities today, they are down underneath us to the left there. Also, there's a buffet with some food, so feel free to help yourself to that. I believe there's some mulled wine and also some Bucks Fizz as well, so party time if you want it. We offer 1 week's free storage, so if you are successful in getting a car today, we offer you 1 week's free storage. It is £10 per lot per day there after that. We're also filming today, so please be aware of the revolving cameras that are walking around. You may see Lewis walking around or the cameras around the building, so just please be aware of them. If there's an event of a fire today, it's not a drill. We have no test plan, so if any alarm goes off, we would like you to assemble out by the front gates just for your health and safety. We'll make sure everyone's accounted for and ready to go. Without further ado then, ladies and gentlemen, let's not hang around too long. Let me just make sure time. We're there. It's 1 o'clock. We're going to start today with the first lot of the day here. It's lot 101. 1992 is the Honda CRX Del Sol edition to be sold with no reserve today. I've got several bids. We started off at £100 online. It's gone 200, 300, 400, and 500 a bid. 600's my bid now. At 600, 700, and 800 with my commission bidder at the minute. At £800, just push it on. At 800, 800, 800 with me. One more. At 800 is the bid now with my commission bidder. 9 if you're coming back in online. 900's bid. My commission interest is out now. At £900 we're bid. £1,000 seated. Before you online, just flip that one around for me. £1,000 is seated down here. £1,000. Just press that floor priority there. £1,000 is not with you in Ireland. It's with the gentleman down here. Ireland, would you like to come back for 1,100? We're looking for you now. At £1,000, gentleman's bid. Would anyone else like 1,100? At £1,000, are we finished and done here? It's going to sell today. 1,100's bid online now. At £1,100. At 1,100, just accept it there. At £1,100 is bid. Thank you. At £1,100 in Surrey now. At £1,100 is with our bidder in Surrey at 1,100. Would anyone else like to come back in for 12? 1,200's bid. Welcome back, Ireland. You're in. And 1,300 now in Norfolk with you. At £1,300 is the bid. At 1,300, 1,300. Would anyone else like to go again? At 1,314's bid. At £1,400 now. With the online bid here at 1,400. You coming back in for one more? At 1,400. Hammers up online. It's your last chance in fair warning. It's going to be sold and 15's bid. At 1,500, 1,500 with the online bid now is with you in Sussex. At £1,500. At 1,500, 1,500. Would you like to go 16 one more online? Make it nice and quick if you do. At 1,500, 1,500. 16's bid. At 1,600, another bidder in Surrey. Welcome. At £1,600. At 1,600, 1,600. Would you like to go 17 under bidder? At 1,600, are we all finished? Are we done? 17, thanking you. At £1,700 is the bid now at 17 with the online bid and 1,800 fast bidding there. At 1,800, 1,800 online bid. At £1,800, the hammer's up then. At 1,800, are you finished and done? 19's bid. Thanking you at £1,900. At 1,900, 1,900. Would you like to go 2,000 online? At 1,900, or anyone else in the room coming in for one more? At 1,900, we're going to count you down online once. £2,000. Two's back in. We'll stay in the hundreds for you online. At 2,000, 2,000. At £2,000 is the bid now at 2,000. Are you finished? Are you done? It's your last chance in fair warning this time online. At 2,000 once, twice. Hammers up and away it sells this time at £2,000. 1. 2-1 back in. At 2,001. On the wire there online at £2,100 is the bid now with you at 2,001. Would you like to go again? At 2,001. Are we finished? Are we done? It's your last chance in fair warning then. Looking for you now online. Hammers up once, twice. Finished, done, and selling at £2,100. Sold at 2,115,854. Thank you very much. £2,100. That is your bid then. We move down. This time we go to lot number 102. Lot number 102 is this 1990 Mercedes 500 SL there. Auto Elegant V8 Convertible. Lovely, lovely looking car. Going to start in with my commission bid at £3,000. At 3,000 we start. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. At 3,000, 3,000. Go into 250s if you want. At £3,000. At 3,000, just go there, 250. And then go post. At 3,250, 325, 25, 2,750, £3,000 is where we start with my commission bidder at the minute. At £3,000, just run it up to 3. At £3,000. At 3,000, 3,000, take 250 if anyone else is coming in now. At 3,000, one more. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. At £3,000 is the bid. Coming in for the 250 online, you're thinking about it. 3,250 is now bid. At 3,250 is with you in Ireland. 3,500 is my bid. At 3,005. At 3,500, 3,750 back in Ireland. 4,000 to me. At 4,000, 4,000 is my bid here. At 4,000, 4,000 coming in for one more 250 or anywhere else in the room. We're at £4,000. At 4,000, 4,000. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,250's bid. Going to have to go 4,500. 4,500's my bid now at 4,005. One more might do it online at 4,005. At 4,005, 4,750. You'll be glad to know my commission interest is out now at £4,750. We are online. We'll take 4,800 and then we'll go in hundreds. We'll take a £50 once and then we'll run in hundreds if we can. Would anyone like to go 4,800 now? My commission interest is out. At £4,750, we're bid. At 4,000, £4,750. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning. I'll tell you what, we'll put it on outright sale. So it's going to sell today to the highest bid at £4,750 in the market and going to sell for the first time then at £4,750 once, twice. Finished and done, selling now at £4,750 and 4,800. We'll go 4,900 if the underbidder wants to come back in. Just missing out at 4,008 with you in Berkshire. That's 4,008. Would anyone like to come in for 9? It's going to sell today, so make no mistake, online bidders. At 4,800, or anyone in the room like to come in for one more? Are we finished and done here? It's your last chance. 4,900. 4,900's back in. Welcome back, Ireland. You're in now. At 4,009, coming in for the 5. At 4,900's bid. At 4,000, 4,900 would bid at the minute. At 4,009, the bid is here online. At 4,009, once online bidder then. At 4,009, twice. Hammers up. We're selling now. This time it's going to go at 4,900. Finished and done. Sold at 4,900, and that was 24188. Thank you very much. £4,900 sold your way. Moving on to lot number 103. Lot number 103 is 1969. It's this Daimler V8 here. It's the 250, a well-maintained example. Have a good look. Gorgeous looking car it is. Starting away, got several commission bids with you. You're in at 3. I'm going to go 3.5 with me, 3,005. At 3,005 is the bid. At 3,000, 3,005 with me. 4,000, 4,000's bid. 4,500's back to my bidder at 4,005. At 4,005 and 5,000, not with you online, that's with me. Just flick it around if we can. At 5,000, we'll take 500 again if you're coming in. At £5,000 with my commission bidder on the book. One more might do it online. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Are we finished and done here? At £5,000, currently on the commission bid with me. At £5,000. I'll tell you what, we'll take 250 if you're coming in. Would you like the call to bid? 4,5,250, thank you. At 5,250 down front. 5,500 if you're coming in. My commission interest is out now. Gentleman's bid seated down the front. 5.5 telephones in. At 5,005 with the telephone bidder now. At 5,005. At 5,500 we're bid. At 5,000, 5,005 on the telephone now. Would anyone like to come in for 5,750? At £5,000. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 with the telephone bidder now. At £5,000, if we're finished and done, would you like to go one more, sir? 5,600? 5,600. Gentleman's back in. 5,600, 5,700 if you're coming in on the telephone. At 5,600, seated bidder. 5,700, telephone says okay. At 5,007. At 5,700, next bid's 5,800 if you're coming back in. At 5,007. At £5,700 is the bid now at 5,007. Online, would you like to go 5,800? Now is your chance if you do. At 5,007. At 5,700 once. At 5,700 twice. All finished. All done. £5,700 with the telephone bidder then at 5,700. Provisionally with you on the telephone. That is a provisional bid at £5,700. And do we have a paddle number on the phone? I'll just pick telephone. Moving on down we go. There we go. Lot number 104 this time then. Lot number 104 is this lovely 1970. It's the BMW 2000 CS there. Look at that one. No reserve today. Needs a bit of work doing to it. Rare right-hand drive example as well. Restoration project. Good little project for the winter, this one. Christmas is coming. Get this in your garage. Get working away. We're straight in online at £1,000 is bid. 1,000. I'm going to go 1,250. 1,500 with my bidder at 1,005. We'll go in quarters again at 1,005. At 1,500 is the bid now at 1,005. At 1,500, 1,500, 1,500. Would you like 2,000 anywhere else? Go 1,750 if it helps. At 1,005, no reserve, must be sold today, so make no mistake. At 1,005. At 1,000, 1,500 is the bid now at 1,005. 1,750 and 2,000 now. Back to my commission bidder at £2,000. At 2,000 is the bid. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. At 2,000, 2,000, just go 250 and then click it on. 2,000 and one more. At 2,000, thank you. 250 if you're coming back in now. At £2,000 is the bid here at 2,000. Are we finishing done? Would anyone else like to go again? At £2,000 is the bid. Take 2-1 if it helps you out now then. At 2,000 is bid. 2-1 for a project. At £2,000 then. Last chance in fair warning. If you're coming back in, make it nice and quick. 2-1, thank you. 2-2, back to my commission bidder at 2,002. At 2-2 is bid. At 2002, go 2-3 if you're coming back in now. At 2-2 is the bid now at 2002. At 2,000, 2,200, 2-3. 2-3, 2-4, back to my bid. At 2,400 with my commission bidder here. At 2,004, would anyone else like to come back in for 2-5? At 2-4 is bid. At 2,000, 2,004, take 2-5 if you're coming back in now. At 2,400 is the bid. Are we finishing done? We'll put the hammer up. At 2,004. At 2,000, 2,400, make it 2-5. One more, 2-5. Thank you. 2-5 is bid. 2-6 back to my bidder at 2,006. At £2,600 now, make it a 2-7 if you want to go again online. At 2,600 is the bid here. Would you like to go 2-7? At 2,006. At 2,000, 2,600 is the bid now and finishing done. Last chance in fair warning. Hammers up this time. It's to be sold today, so make no mistake. If you're coming in, it's now or never online. At 2,600 once. At 2,600 twice. We're finishing done. It goes this time online at £2,600 and selling and sold at 2,006. Thank you, 2,600. To bidder number 1,000 commission bid. Pass that one down. Moving on to the next one is lot number 105. The first one of the bikes today, 1957. This is Francis Barnett Falcon. No reserve again. Start me off. Who's got £500? 500's bid. 500 straight away. Sixer. 600, 700 back to me. Would you like 8? 800, 900's my bid. £1,000 if you wish to go again. 50, thousands here though, £1,000. At £1,000 is bid. With my commission bidder at the minute at £1,000. Take the 50 again if it helps though. At £1,000 is the bid now 1,000. 1,050, gonna have to go 1,100 here. £1,100 is the bid now at 1,100. At £1,100 is bid on the commission bid here. At £1,100, take 50 again. 1,150, 1,200. I'm going to go straight to 1,300. I'll take 50 if you want to come back in, though. If that helps you out, one more might do it. 1,300 with my commission bidder. At 1,300, 1,300. Take the 50 again. At 1,300, 1,300. Are you sure, sir? At £1,300, if we're finishing done, then we're going to sell this time. Take one more 50 if anyone else wants to come in now. It's on the book and selling today at 1,300 once, 1,300 twice. Finishing done and selling with you. Commission bidder at £1,300. Sold at 1,300 to my commission bidder there. £1,300. 3010 commission bid. Moving on down the list we go to this time. Look at this one, ladies and gentlemen. Lot number 106, 1973 Jaguar XJ12 there. Look at that one. Remarkably well kept, low mileage as well. Looks great in the colour there. Looking at the back of the room. And we're straight in. 3,500, £4,000 we start. At 4,000 with the online bid. Let's go 4,250 next. At £4,000 is the starting bid online. It's with you. 4,250 new bidder, you're in. At 4,250 Cheshire bidder, welcome to you. At 4,250 is your bid now at 4,250. At 4,250. Next bid's 4,500 if you're coming in. At 4,000, 4,250 with the online bid here then at 4,250. At 4,000, 4,250, we are bid with you. At £4,250. Would anyone else like to come in for 4,500? At 4,250 the bid. At 4,250, 4,250. Believe we have a couple of telephones on this one as well. At £4,250 is the bid now at 4,250. Would anyone like to go for 5? At 4,250 with the online bid here in Cheshire. At 4,250, 4.5's bid, 4.5, at 4.5, at 4,005. At 4,500 is the bid now at 4,005. Let's go 4.6 if it helps you out now. At 4,500 is the bid here. At 4,005. At 4,000, 4,005. Would anyone like to come in for 4.6? At 4,000, 4,005, finished and done then. Last chance in fair warning. 4.6, internet's in. 4,006. At 4,600 is bid. Next bid's 4.7. Would anyone else like to come in for £100? Last chance, 4.7, telephone. 4.7 on the phone. At 4,007, telephone bid. At 4,700, we're a bid now at 4,007. Online, would you like to go 4.8? At 4,000, 4,700, we're a bid. At 4,700, looking for you now online. We're on the telephone. Make no mistake here. At 4,700, are we finished and done? Last chance. Fair warning online. 4.8. At 4,800 is bid. At 4,000, 4,008. 4.9. At 4,008, telephone if you're coming in. At 4,008. At 4,800. I'll tell you what on the telephones, we're going to put it on outright sale if that sharpens your pencils. Would you like to come in for one more? Highest bidder's going to take it today. At 4,008. At 4,000, 4,800 were bid. Are we finished and done? 4.9 telephones back in. Thank you on the phones. At 4,900, the bid is with you. At 4.9, 4.9. At 4,900 online, would you like to make it 5,000 for me? At 4,009. At 4,000, 4,900, are we finished and done? Would you like to go one more? Now's your chance if you do. I'm going to put the hammer up and we're going to start counting you down. At £4,900, it's going to go once. It's going to go twice. And it's selling on the telephones at £4,900, finished and done. Telephone, 4.9, thank you very much. £4,900 on the telephone. Moving on down the list, we go to lot number 107. Is this lovely 2004? It's the Chevrolet Corvette, the C5 there. Look at that. Lovely 6-speed manual on this one as well. Looks great there. Shining away under the lights. Starting away in with your bid there at 2,000, 2.5, £3,000. At 3,000 we start. With my commission bid at the minute at 3. At 3,000, 3,250's bid, 3.5's bid. At 3,250 and 3.5 now. At £3,500 the bid. At 3.5, 3,750. Gonna have to go 4,000 to my bidder now at £4,000. At 4,000, 4,250, I'm out and you're in online. At 4,250 is the bid here. At 4,250 bid. At 4,000, 4,250. I'll tell you what, we'll go 4.3 if it helps them out, and then we'll go in hundreds again. At 4,250 is the bid. 4.3. Then 4.4 if we can. At 4,003, thank you online. 4.4 it goes on. At 4,004. At 4,000, 4,400 is the bid now at 4,004 and 5. At 4,005. At 4,000, 4,500 with the online bid now at 4,005. Welcome in Lincolnshire at £4,500. The bid is with you. Would you like to go 4.6 under more? 4.6, thank you. Welcome in Thailand at 4.6, 4.7, 4.7 it goes on. At 4,700 is the bid now, 4,007. 4.8, 4.8. At 4,008 with you, on the telephone at 4.8, 4.9. At 4,000, 4,900 is the bid. The next bid's 5,000 if you want to come in. Or anyone in the room. At 4,009. At 4,000, 4,900, there's a lot of people online hovering away. 5,000's bid. At 5,000, 5,000. With you in Lincolnshire now at £5,000. We'll stay in the hundreds to make it easy. 5.1. At 5,001. At 5,100 we're bid. Would you like to go 5.2? 5.2 they do, thanking you. At £5,200 is the bid. Your next bid's 5.3 online or on the telephone. At 5,002. At 5,000, 5,200 the bid, then 5,002 is bid online here. Coming in one more, 5.3 they do. Berkshire bidder this time, new bidder to the party at £5,300. The bid is with you now at 5,003. At 5.3, 5.3, 5.3. 5.4. 5,400 is bid. At 5,000, 5,004. Would anyone like to go 5.5? At 5,400 is the bid. 5.5 is in. I'm going to take the telephone. The hand was up first. Online, make it 5.6. Just floor priority there. Telephone was in. The hand was up before the ding. At 5,005. Telephone. Online, would you like to go 5.6? 5.6 is back in. Thank you for understanding online. At £5,600 is your bid. At 5,006. 5.7, new online bidder before you telephone. At 5,007. At 5,000, 5,700. 5.8. 5.8's bid. 5,008. Telephone, would you like to come back in? Sorry, it's on the telephone at 5.8. Online, would you like to go 5.9? Looking for you now. 5.9, thanking you. At 5,900. The next bid, 6,000 if you wish to go again. 6 is on the telephone. Telephone before you. At telephone bid. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. At 6,000, just floor priority there. It's on the telephone at 6. At 6,000, thank you. 6.1's in online. At 6,001. 6.2. I believe there's still about 4 bidders on this. At 6,200, we're on the telephone. At 6,002. 6.3, either one of the bidders online. At 6,200 is the bid now at 6,002. Are we finished and done then? At 6,002, 6.3 is bid now at 6,003. At 6.3. At 6,300 the bid. 6.4 telephone. 6,004. 6.4 is bid. 6.5, 6.5. Thank you. Speed up the bidding online. Nice one there. At 6,005 the bid is with you. At 6,000, 6,005. At £6,500, the Chevrolet Corvette. It's going to be sold today. It's in the market, so make no mistake. Now's your chance to bid if you wish to go again. At 6,500, the hammer is up. At 6,000, 6,500. Are we finished on the phones? 6.6 is in online. Just missed out at £6,600. At 6.7, 6.7 telephone. Thanking you on the phones now at 6,700. At 6,007. At 6,000, 6,700 online. Would you like to go 6.8? Once, twice. Hammer's up and away it sells at £6,700 to the telephone bidder. 6.8. Oh, just press that one back there. The hammer was not down. Offer one more 100. 6.9. 6.9's on the telephone. And again, one more. 6,009 online. The hammer's not gone down. We're still open and selling at £6,900. Would you like to go 7? At 6,009. At 6,900, you nearly missed out last time online. The hammer's up once, twice. Finishing done. We've got to be fair to the telephone. Sells this time 6.9. Sold it your way. Thank you very much. £6,900. Do we have a paddle number there on the phone? Okay, thank you. Moving down to lot number 108, 1990, is the Ford XR3i. Escort XR3i there, cult classic. Look at that one there, gleaming away in the middle of the sale room in the red. Let's start with my commission bids here. I'm going to go straight in at 1.3, 1.5, 1.8, 2,000, 2.2 we start at 2,002. I'll say 2.4 next if I can. 2.4, 2.6 is my bid. Would you like 2.8, sir? 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 3,000. One more. 3.1. Gentleman's bid at 3,001. At 3,100, my commission interest is out. 3.2. At 3,003. 3.4. 3.5. 3.6. At 3,006. At 3,600 is bid. Gentleman's bid here at 3,006. Would anyone like 3.7? One more, sir. 3.7. Go on. 3,650 he says. 3,650. 3.7. 3.7. And 50 again. 3,750. 3,750. 3.8. 3.8. At 3,008. Gentleman's bid down here. 3,850 at the back. At 3,850. At 3,850, 3,850 at the back now. At 3,850 needs to go on one more. There we go. 3.9. Would anyone like to come in for 3.9? 3.9 telephone. Can I say 4, sir? 4,000. Go 1. 4.1. 4.2. At 4,200 with a gentleman at the back. XR3i at just 4,002. 4.3. 4.3, 4.4. Thank you for your fast bids here. At 4,400, much appreciated from your auctioneer. At 4,004, 4.5. At 4,005. 4.6, he says okay. 4,006. 4.7 back in on the phones. Shakes the head. 50. You've come this far. Been a good battle. Thank you very much. 4,750. At 4,750, say 4.8 next. 4.8's bid. They're keen on the phones at 4,008. Would you like another 50? 4,850, okay. 4,9 if you're coming back in on the telephones. 4,950. Would you like £5,000? 5,000's bid. Are you sure? We'll stay in the 50s for you if it helps. At £5,000. At 5,000's bid. It's in the market. It's going to sell, sir. At £5,000. One more 50 bring you back in? You've come this far. It's been a good battle. But I've got to be fair to the telephone bidder now. At 5,000, you're out. Thank you. Once. At 5,000, twice. We're selling this time on the telephone then. Are you sure? £5,000 it goes. Sold on the telephone. £5,000. Thank you, telephone bidder there. And I will get your number shortly. Moving on to lot number 109. 1972 is the A60 half-ton van there. Yes. There we go. 1972 Morris A60 ton van. Look at this. This thing looks absolutely great. Tremendous looking van indeed. Look at it there, shining away. I love the two-tone colouring on this. Absolutely beautiful indeed. Going to go straight in with my commission bid at £5,500, £6,000. I'll take fives if we can on this one at £6,000. Just run it up in fives at £6,000. At 6,000, 6,000. Take five if you're coming in. Thank you, Molly. At £6,000 is the bid. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. Coming in for five. With my commission bidder at the minute at £6,000. At 6,000, 6,000, fives bid. 7,000 back to me, 7,500, £8,000 now. At 8,000 with my commission bidder here. At £8,000, we are bid. Online, would you like to go 8,500? At 8,000, 8,000. At £8,000 is the bid at the minute. At £8,000, we are bid. Would anyone like to come in for one more? At 8,000, 8,000. At £8,000 is the bid now at 8,000 with me on the book. So make no mistakes here. 8,500 is bid with you now at 8,005. At 8,000, 8,500 we're bid. At 8,005. I'll tell you what, I'll take 8,750 if it helps. Coming in for the quarter bids now at 8,500 we're bid. 8,750, thank you. £8,750 it goes on. At 8,750, 8,750. At £8,750 we're bid now at 8,750. Online, would you like to make it 9,000? At 8,750, all finished and done then. It's your last chance in fair warning this time at 8,750 once. 8,750 twice. Finished and done at 8,750. Provisionally with my commission bidder there at 8,750. We will see what we can do for you. Moving on down the list we go to lot number 110 this time. 1961 in the year. Norton Dominator, well-presented example. British iconic bike. Lovely bike it is indeed. You're straight in at 1,000. I'm going to go 12, 1,400, 1,600, 1,800 we're bid. At 1,800, 1,800. Make it 2,000 if you want to come in. At 1,008. At 1,000, 1,800 is bid. At 1,000, 1,008 is bid now 1,008. At 1,008, I'll tell you what, I'll take 1,900 if it helps. At 1,008. At 1,800 is the bid now at 1,008. Would anyone like to come in for 1,900? At 1,000, 1,800, 1,900. My commission interest is out now. At 1,009 is with you online. 2,000 if you're coming in. At 1,009 with the online bid here at £1,900. Norton Dominator at just 1,009. 1,900 is bid. Would anyone like to go £2,000 with the online bid at the minute? It's your last chance in fair warning if you do. At 1,900 we're bid. At 1,000, 1,900 once. Twice. Finished and done at £1,900 with the bidder online at 1,900. Provisionally with you there. £1,900 is a provisional bid. Thank you very much, online bidder. We're moving down the list we go to lot number 111, 1950. I absolutely love these. They look great indeed. It's in the back left there. It's the Ford Pilot V8 there. Oh, rare and early British flathead Ford as well. Looks absolutely great in the showroom there. I'm going to go straight in at 4,000, 4,500, £5,000 we start on the V8 Pilot now. At £5,000 is bid. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. I'll take 250s if it helps you out. At £5,000. At 5,000 with my commission bidder at the minute. At £5,000. 5,250, 5,500. At 5,005. At 5,500 is the bid now at 5,005. Would you like to go 750, 5,750, 6,000 back to my commission bidder there? At £6,000 is the bid. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000 pounds were bid. At 6,000 is the bid now at 6,000. Would you like to go 250 again? At 6,000 pounds. 250. 6,250. Okay, my commission interest is out now. It's with you on the telephone. At 6,250 pounds were bid. At 6,250. At 6,250, 6,250. Would you like to go 6,500 now? At 6,250. If you're coming in, now's your chance online. At 6,250. I'm going to count you down then once, twice. Finished and done at 6,250 with the telephone bid at 6,250. We'll see what we can do for you on the telephone. 6,250. That is provisional at 6,250. Moving on to lot number 112, lovely MG, and I'm going to go over to Lewis to tell you all about it.
Thank you very much, Tom. Now, trilogies are a difficult thing to do. For every Godfather, there's a Star Wars sequel. But this, MGC, yeah, the MGA was great. The MGB, obviously illustrious in the classic car scene. And the MGC may look similar, but there's some essential differences. I mean, that little bonnet loop there, can't point with that hand, will clue you in. This one, 3 litre straight 6, up the power a fair bit, and it is a cracking car. Although, to be fair, these got a bit of an unfair reputation back in the day, because when British Leyland went to release the MGC, they gave out a bunch of press cars and didn't set the tyre pressures right, because of course they didn't. So the first people that drove them, all the journalists, thought the handling was a bit funky, but turns out it was just they didn't set the cars up right. These cars are great. They're a little heavier, but they handle great. That engine gives you plenty more oomph, and this example in particular is absolutely lovely. The paintwork looks gorgeous. On the odometer, 23,000 miles. It's one from 1969. It's been very well looked after. It's been well maintained. It's had 2 owners from 1969 all the way through to 2016. It's had the washer sump plug and oil filter fitted in March 2025. There's an MGC handbook, plenty of paperwork. It's been very well looked after. I mean, inside and outside, going up and down, it is gorgeous. And they are, again, an illustrious classic. This is a silhouette that everybody who knows cars knows. And this is a great example, 11 to 13,000 pounds. Getting this, it'd be great to take down to shows, and it will turn heads. But what's it actually going to turn out to be? For that, I'm going to hand back to Tom.
Well, let's find out what it's worth then, Lewis. We got commission bids here straight away at £5,000, and we'll start there at 5,000. At 5,000 is the bid. At 5,000, 5,000. At £5,000 is the bid. Let's go 5,500. At £5,000. At 5,000, 5,000 here on the MG at £5,000. 5,500's bid. At 5,005 and 6,000 back to my commission bidder now. At 6,000, 6,000. At £6,000 is bid. At 6,000, 6,000, you coming in again online for one more. 6,500 now. At 6,005, my commission interest is out. It's with the online bid here at £6,500. At 6,005. At 6,000, 6,500 is the bid online. At 6,500, would you like to go 750 anywhere else? At 6,005. At 6,005, just drop the increment if we can. At 6,005, we're going quarters now. At £6,500 is the bid. At 6,005. At 6,000, 6,500 were bid. Would anyone like to come in for 6,750? At 6,005. At 6,000, 6,500 is bid. 6,750 now. At 6,750, you coming back for 7. At 6,750 is the bid. At £6,750. At 6,750, 6,750. At 6,750, would you like to go again in 7? You do. Thank you online. It's with you now at 7. At £7,000. At 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. At £7,000 is the bid here at 7,000 with you in Liverpool. At £7,000. At 7,000, 7,000. At 7,000, would anyone like to go a quarter again? At £7,000 is the bid. Coming in for one more. At £7,000. At 7,250, thank you. 7,250, 7,500 if you're coming back in. At 7,250, 7,250. At 7,250 is the bid now at 7,250. Would you like to go 7,500 online underbidder? At 7,250 is bid. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance. Fair warning. Finished and done then. At 7,250. If you're coming in for one more, now's your chance. At 7,250, the bid then once. 7,500 Ireland making an entrance. New bidder now entirely. At £7,500, the bid is with you. At 7,005. At 7,000 pounds, we are bid. At 7.5. Would anyone like to go 250 again? At 7,500, finishing done then. It's your last chance in fair warning. If you're coming in for one more, would you like to go again? Once at 7,500 pounds. Twice at 7,500. Finishing done then at 7,500. That's provisionally with you in Ireland there. 7,500 pounds. 4188. We will make that phone call and we will be in touch very, very shortly. Thank you very much. Moving on down the list we go to is lot number 113 this time. Is the 1998 Toyota Celica GT 2-litre convertible to be offered today with no reserves. I've got a couple of commission bids on my book, so I'm going to start it straight off at £500. 500's bid. At 500 now. At £500 we start. At just 500 it's going to go today, ladies and gentlemen, so make no mistake on this. 1998 Celica. At 500's bid. Go 600 if we can. At 500 a bit. At 500, 500, 500, 600, 700, 800 is my commission bid. £800. At £800 is the bid now at 800. Would you like to go 9? 900. My commission interest is out. It's with you online now. At £900 is the bid. Would anyone like 1,000? At £900 is bid now at 9. At 900, 900, 900. At £900 is the bid online. It's going to sell today, so make no mistake here. At just £900 are we finished and done. Last chance. Thousands bid. At £1,000. 1,100 if you're coming back in. At 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. At £1,000 we're bid. At £1,000 is the bid with the online bidder. Would you like to go 1,100? 1,100 you're back in. Surrey against Ireland at the minute. At £1,100 is with you in Surrey. At 1,100, 1,100. 1,200's bid. At £1,200 now. At 1,200, 1,200, 1,200. The bid is here online. It's in Ireland at £1,200. At 1,200, 1,200 are we finishing done? Would anyone like to come in for 13? Looking for you now. At 1,200 the bid then online here. I'm going to count you down. At £1,200 is bid then once. Twice. We're selling this time. 13 bid. At 1,300, 1,300. On the wire there online at £1,300. Would you like to go 14? You're thinking about it. 14's bid, thanking you in Ireland. At £1,400, the bid is yours. At 1,400, 1,400. At £1,400, underbidder. Sorry, would you like to go 15? At £1,400 is bid then once. Twice. And we're selling online at £1,400. Sold at 1,400, 4188. Thank you very much. Moving on down the list we go to lot number 114 is a 1983 Porsche 924, an honest example, timeless red classic Porsche as well. Look at that lovely little Porsche straight down below me there. Going to go straight in, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000's my bid though, not with you online. At £2,000, go 2-2 if they want it. At £2,000 is bid. At 2,000 with my commission interest at the minute, at £2,000. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. 924 Porsche here at just £2,000. 2-2, thank you. My commission interest is out now. It's with you in Cornwall at 2002. At 2-2 is bid. Take 2-4 if anyone wants to come in. At 2002. At 2,000, 2,200 is the bid. At 2,200, are you finished and done already? 2-4, 2-4, they're not. At 2,004. At £2,400 is still online. At £2,400, would you like to go 2-6? 2-6? 2-6, thank you. Telephone's in. At 2006. At £2,600, we're bid on the telephone. 2-8's back in online. Cornwall bidder at £2,800. 2-9, okay, we'll go in hundreds. 2-9 is bid. We'll take the telephone's 100 at 2009. 3,000 if you're coming back in Cornwall. At 2009, we're on the phone. At 2-9, 2-9, 2-9. Would anyone like to go 3? At 2,900, are we finished and done here? 3,000's back in online now at £3,000. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. 1. 3-1 is bid. Online, would you like to go 3-2? At £3,100 is the bid here at 3-2. Thanking you. Cornwall's back in at £3,200. At 3,000, 3,002. At 3,200 with 3-3 telephones back in 3-3. At 3,003, Cornwall, would you like to go 3-4? At 3,003, 3-4 they do. At 3,004. At 3,000, 3,004. It's on sale, so if you want to go 3-5, it's now or never. At 3,004, 3-5, they're already in online. At 3,005, it's going to sell today. Make no mistake here, at 3,500 is the online bid. Sneaking in late in Berkshire, 3-6. 3,006 to Cornwall. 3-7 telephone. Telephone's in at 3,007. At 3,007, either one online, would you like to go 3-8? At 3,007. At 3,007, 3,008. At 3,008 with the Cornwall bidder now at £3,800. 3-9, 3-9's back in on the phones at 3,009. At 3,009, 3,009 telephone bidder. Would you like to go for now? At 3,009. Are we finished and done here? It's your last chance in fair warning, and 4,000 is bid. Cornwall bidder's back in at 4. At £4,000. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. 4-1. 4-1. Telephone bidder now at 4,001. It's been a good battle here. At £4,100. Cornwall, are you going again? At 4,001. 4-2. Yes, please, they say. 4,002. Cornwall, you're back in now at 4,002. 4-3. Thanking you at £4,300. At 4,003. At 4,000, 4,003 is the bid now. 4,004. At 4,400 is bid. 4-5. Telephone bidder at 4,005. 4-6. You're thinking about it online. At 4,005. At 4,000, 4,500. I'll tell you what, we'll put the hammer up and we'll count you down. 4-6, no need. 4,006. At 4,006. 4-7, it goes on again. Thank you, telephone. You're in at £4,700 is the bid now at 4,007. Cornwall, your turn. At 4,007. Hammers up. And 4-8. At 4,008. 4-9, thanking you at 4,009. Cornwall, would you like to go 5? At 4,009. Or anyone else in the room want to come in for one more? At 4,900, the hammer's up then. We're going to sell. It's going once. It's going twice. Cornwall bidder is now or never at £4,900. The bid is on the telephone and we sell. Sold for 9. Thank you, telephone bidder. £4,900. That is yours, and we'll get your number in the office. Moving on down the list we go. Another lovely van in today's auction. We've had a few vans in today's auction. And this one, the 1958, is the Ford Thames. It's a 400e. Nice van. Look at that one there. Lovely van it is. In the burgundy there. Look at it. Beautiful, beautiful. It looks indeed. We're going to start off. I've got several commission bids on this one. I'm going to go 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and £5,000 we start. With my commission bid at £5,000. Take 5-5 next. At £5,000 is the bid at the minute. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 on the Thames van here. At £5,000 a bid. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Would you like to go 5-5? At £5,000 is the bid now at 5,000. With my commission interest here at £5,000, is that all we're going to see? 5.5. Before you online, gentleman had his hand up at the back of the room there. At 5,005. Take 750. We'll be nice and fair. Online, if you want to come back, would you like to come back for the quarter? At 5,005, gentleman's bid. At 5,000, 5,005. At £5,500 is the bid now at 5,005. Finished and done then with the gentleman at the back. We'll submit the bid, so make no mistake. Last chance, fair warning, £5,500. That's provisionally with you, sir. 301. Thank you very much. 301. 5,500 provisional. We'll make that phone call and we'll get back in touch with you as soon as we can. Thank you for bidding. Moving on to lot number 116 is this 2002 BMW M3 Convertible there. Love an M3 Convertible. This one looks great indeed. I'm going to start off straight away at £5,000 and go 5-5. And 6,000 is bid. At 6,000 with my commission interest here at £6,000. Take 500 if we can. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,500. 7,000's my bid. Go 5, one more, sir. 7,500. I'm out. You're in at 7,005. Thank you. Gentleman's bid. At 7,005. At 7,005, would anyone like 8? M3 Convertible here at 7,005. At 7,000, 7,005. Take 7,750 if it helps you out online. Take the quarter at 7,005. 7,750 is bid now here in Berkshire. Would you like to go 8, sir? 8,000 gets the nod. At 8,000, thank you. At £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Online bidder, would you like to go again? or anywhere else at £8,000. 8,250. Would you like to go 8.5? Shakes the head. 8,250's bid online. At £8,250, 8.5 if you're coming back in now. At 8,250 with the online bid in Berkshire. At 8,250. At 8,250 is the bid. Would you like to go 8.3 and then we'll go in hundreds? Would that help you out? Like the £50 bid? If not, I'll submit once at £8,250, twice. Finished and done then with the online bid here at £8,250. That's provisionally with you online, 18790 8250. And that's provisional. We'll be in touch. Thank you very much online. There we go. Moving on down to the next one we go to this time is the 2001. It's the Range Rover Westminster there. Look at that one there, the Westminster edition as well. It's got lots of little perks in this. I had a good look around this one this morning. I love this thing. And today it's being offered with no reserve. Who's got £1,000 to start me off for a Range Rover? £1,000 to get it going. Have a good look. Start me off £1,000 surely. Lot number 117, the Range Rover Westminster. We'll go to £500 then. Needs to be 500 to kick me off. Come on, get bid in if you wish to start. £500 for a Range Rover. 500's bid. Thank you very much online. We'll go in hundreds on this one. We'll go 6 at 500 bid. Make it nice and quick if you're coming in though. Look what we're doing here. A Range Rover Westminster at just £500 and 600's bid. At 600, 600, 600. At £600, would anyone like 7? At 600 is the bid. At £600 now. At 600, 600. 650 on the telephones, okay. At 650, it looks like we're running in £50. We're not going to drop the increment any lower than that. We'll go to the nearest 50 then. They've started the games on the telephone, 700 against you. At £700. At 700, 700. Would anyone like to go 50 again? 800. That's even better. Thank you. £800 telephone bid. At £800. At 800, 800, and 9's back in now at 9. In Staffordshire at £900 is the bid now, 9. Would you like 1,000? 1,000 telephones in. £1,000 is the bid now at 1,000. 1,100, they're straight back in Staffordshire. At 1,100, 1,100. At £1,100, we're bid now at 11. 12's bid, telephones back in at 12. At 1,200, 1,200, would anyone like to go 13? For a Range Rover, 1,300's bid. At 1,300 here. 14. Telephones back in. At £1,400 is bid. Looking for you now online. I'm going to put the hammer up, so make no mistake. We're on the telephone at £1,400. It's going to go for the first time. It's going to go for the second time. And it's going to sell on 1,500 bid. Arlen sneaking in again. You've been a late bidder to the party a couple of times today, Arlen, but thank you very much. You're in at 15 and 16's telephone bid. At 1,600, 1,600. At £1,600 is the bid now at 16. At 1,600, 1,600. Would anyone else like to go 17? At 1,600 here on the telephone for the first time. For the second time, hammers up, make no mistake, 17 bid. At £1,700. At 1,700, 1,718's back in on the telephone. Thank you on the phones. At 1,800, 1,800. Would anyone like to go 19 now? At 1,800, 1,800. Are we finished and done? At £1,800, the hammer's up and we're going to sell once, twice, finished and done at £1,800 to the telephone bid at 1,800. Yours, 1,800. Thank you very much on the telephone. Moving down the list we go. This time we're going on to lot 118, and it's the 1931. I love this one. Has so much patina, so I'm going to hand you over to Lewis to tell you all about it.
Thank you very much, Tom. Now, Alvis is one of those brands that holds a bit of a special place to me. I mean, it's very much the generation of mustache-twiddling gentlemen that love to race their cars. I mean, my personal hero, Douglas Bader, he drove an Alvis, but it wasn't always that way. When this car came out in 1923, Alvis wasn't a particularly well-known name. It was an unknown brand. I mean, look at the gentleman that designed it, Captain G.T. Smith Clark. Now, there's a name of a classic designer. Now, it was a high-revving 1,600cc engine, and it is a great gentlemanly racer. I mean, if you ever look inside, you're sitting pretty much flat in this. There's no space for anything fancy or luxurious. You are one with the car, and you take it out and go on a nice little rally. Now, this one, it's been lovely looked after. It's only got 2 former keepers. It's got a fair bit of patina throughout it, showing of its age, because it hasn't really been through much. It's just preserved over the last kind of 90 years. These are great cars. It's got the original Beetleback bodywork that was made by Car Bodies. And again, going through it, all it would take was a little bit of love and a little bit of paint, and this would be great for taking to great rallies. Really get the most out of the car. The handling on this is perfect. The brakes work quite well, and you really get a feel for the car. There's nothing between you and the outside world when you're in this. So get your goggles on, get your gentleman's kind of jacket on, and take it out and enjoy a good race for £23,000 to £27,000. And for the history that's with this car, I think that's a great deal. But as always, the proof is in the pudding. Christmas pudding at this time of year. So I'll hand back to you, Tom.
Right, yes, I absolutely love this thing. Like I said, it's got so much patina to it. It looks great. I wouldn't want it to be changed to the Royal because it looks absolutely fabulous. And I've got a couple of commission bids that I'm going to start with. They are quite low. I'm going to go 7, 7.5, 8, 9, 10, 10,000 we start. At £10,000. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. At 10.5's bid, 11,000 now. At £11,000, back to the commission interest now. At £11,000 is bid. At 11,000, 11,000, 11,000. Coming in for 5. 11.5's bid. 11,005. And 12,000's back in. At £12,000. At 12,000, 12,000 on the Alvis here. At £12,000 is the bid. Coming in 5. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. At £12,000 is the bid now at 12. Would anyone like another 5? At £12,000, you coming in for one more? Are we finishing done here? At £12,000 is the bid now 12. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000, all finished and done then. Last chance and fair warning in 5. At 12,005. At 12,000, 12,500. My commission interest is out now. It's with the online bid here at 12,005. At 12,000, 12,500 is bid. At 12,005. Are we finished and done? We will submit the bid today. Make no mistakes. At 12,500 finished and done then. Last chance and fair warning this time with the online bid here. At 12,005. Once. At 12,000, 12,005. Twice. Finished and done then with the online bid. We'll submit that bid online there at £12,500. That is provisional 739 there. 739. Moving down the list we go to is lot number 119, 2008 in the year, is this lovely red Audi A6 S-Line TDI Quattro. Look at it there. Monstrous machines these were back in the day. And it looks great there in the corner. Starting away. Commission bids. Anyone interested? Nothing on my book. Who's got £2,000 to start? 2,000 to start. 2's bid in the middle. Thank you, sir. At 2 bid. We're going quarters if we can on this one. At £2,000. At 2,000, 2,000 with the gentleman's bid now at 2. At £2,000 is the bid now at 2,000, 2,000, 2,250's bid. 2,5 at the back, 2,750. Would you like 3 at the back? 3,000. Is with you, sir, at the back, £3,000. Okay, 1s if it helps. 3-1? At the back at £3,000. We'll go in hundreds now. Gentleman's bid at the back of the room at 3,000, 3 1s in online. Would you like 3-2? 3-2. 3-2's bid at 3,002. Next bid's 3-3 if you're coming in. 3-3? No, just pointing. 3-3 internet. At 3,003. 3-4, sir? Shakes the head. At 3,003. At 3,000, 3,300 a bid. Telephone. Or the gentleman at the back. 3-4's telephone bid. At 3,004. 3-5, sir? 3-5. 3-5 against both of you now. At 3,005. 3-6 telephone. 3-7. 3-7's bid. Gentleman's bid. 3-8. 3-8 on the phones. The phones are back in at 3,008. 3-9's bid now at 3,009. At 3,009. Gentleman's bid. They're out then. Online, I'm going to look for you now. We're at the 4,000. The online bid's back in. It's on outright sale from this point at £4,000. Would you like 1, sir? For 1. For 1 is bid. Make it nice and quick if you're coming back in now online. The telephone's out. Gentleman in the room and you online at 4,001. At 4,000, 4,100, we'll count it down. We've got to be fair to the gentleman here who's made the effort to come today. At 4,100 once, 4,100 twice, finished and done. With you, sir, at £4,100. Sold your way, 301. Thank you. Moving on down the list we go to. Next up is lot number 120. Lot number 120 is this Mazda MX5 from the year 2000 there, to be offered today with no reserve. So make no mistakes on this one when it comes to bidding. Who's got £1,000 to start me off? Mazda MX5, £1,000 in the middle. Thank you, sir. Gentleman's bid at £1,000. Go 1-2 if we can. At 1,000 bid. At 1,000, 1,000 is the bid now at 1,000 with the gentleman in the middle of the room. Would anyone like 12? It's going to sell today, no reserve. At £1,000. At 1,000 bid. At 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. I'll take 1,100 from anyone else then. If you're nice and quick, you're coming in for another 100. At £1,000 is bid here. 1,100 telephone. Would you like 12, sir? At 1,100 bid. At 1,000, 1,100 is the bid now, 1,001. We're on the telephone. At 1,100, it's going to be sold. At 1,000, 1,100, then once. To the telephone bidder. I'll take 50 if it helps, sir. It's as good as I can go. At £1,100. At 50. 1150's back in. At 1150, 12's back in on the telephone now. Shakes the head, walks away. Telephone bid in at £1,200. The bid now, 1,200. Would anyone like another 50? Because I'm going to put the hammer up. It's your last chance in fair warning. We're going to sell on the telephone once, twice, finished and done. Telephone's way, £1,200. Thank you on the telephone there. At £1,200, your bid. Moving down the list we go to this time is not number 121, another little old classic, 1928. It's the Humber Tourer there. It's the 1440 there, right down in front. Going to start the bidding off with my commission bid at £3,500, £4,000. At 4,000, 4,000 is the bid now at 4. At 4,000, 4,000, take 2 if you want to come in. At £4,000 is bid. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, opening up with the commission bid here at £4,000. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Would you like to come in for 2? At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Are we finished and done 4 2s in online at 4,002? At 4,002, my commission interest is out already. It's your bid now online at 4,002. Say 4-4 next. At 4,002. At 4,000, 4,200 is the bid with the online bidder here at £4,200 in Cheshire this time at 4,002. At 4,000, 4,200 is the bid now at 4,002. Are we finished and done? At £4,200, take 4-3 if it helps anyone out. 4-3 is bid. 4-3. At 4,003. 4-4 if you're coming back in. At 4,000, 4,003. At 4,000, 4,300. Are we finished and done online? Looking for you now then. At 4,300 once. 4,300 twice. Finishing done at £4,300. We'll submit the bid. We'll see what we can do. We are a little way off there. And that's 3,010, £3,400 provisional. Moving down the list we go to this time, 1991. It's the Volkswagen T25 Komet camper van then. Look at that one. Well-maintained, automatic, high-top camper there. I'm going to go straight in at £1,000 is bid. At 1,000, 1,500, £2,000. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, we start. Take 2-2 if it helps anyone out. At £2,000 is the bid for the camper here. At £2,000, coming in for the 2. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. At £2,000, it's on the book. At £2,000 is bid. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 for the 2 online. Would you go 2-3? 2-3's bid. 2,003. At 2,300 is the bid now at 2,003. Would you like 2-4? At 2,003, telephone bid. At 2,000, 2,300 is the bid now at 2,003 on the camper. At £2,300, we finished and done. Would you like to go again? Online, looking for you. Telephone bid. At 2,000, 2,003, finished and done then. Last chance in fair warning once. Twice, 2-4's bid. Back in now at 2-4. Ireland again on the wire at £2,400. Your bid. 2-5. Thanking you on the phones at 2,005. At 2,000, 2,500 is bid. Ireland, would you like to go 2-6? At 2,005. 2-6. They say okay. At 2,006, Ireland is back in. At 2,006. 2-7. Gentleman's bid on the telephone now at 2,007. At 2,700 is the bid. At 2,000, 2008, Ireland, you're in. At 2008. At 2,000, 2,800 is bid. 29. Telephone back in at 2009. At 2,000, 2,900. 3. Ireland says okay. They're back in at £3,000. Go 1. 3-1. Thank you. Telephone's back in now at 3-1. Lovely camper here at just £3,100 is the bid now at 3,001. Ireland, would you like to go again? Hammers here at 3,100. Are you finished and done? Last chance in fair warning. 3-2. 3-3 straight back in on the telephones. Thank you very much on the phones for your fast bidding there. At 3,003. At 3,000, 3,300 is the bid. At 3,400. At 3,004, Ireland, you're in. At 3,004 is the bid now at 3,004. 3,500, 3,500 telephone. And from this point, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the market and it sells today. At 3,005, telephone bid. At 3,000, 3,005. Ireland, one more. Might do it, you never know. At 3,500, 3,600. 3,600 back in at 3,006. At 3,000, 3,007. 3,700 telephone. Thank you very much on the phones. At £3,700 is your bid now at 3,007. At 3,700, 3,700, 3,700. Are we finished and done? Ireland, would you like to go 3,800? Hammers up and away it sells at 3,700 once. 3,800. 3,800 bid. At 3,008. 3,900 straight back in telephone bidder at 3,009. At 3,000, 3,900 Ireland, we look for you now. Would you like to go 4 at 3,009? Or would anyone else like to come in? At 3,900, the hammer's up and away it goes. This time is your last chance in fair warning in £4,000. At 4,000, 4,001 on the telephone if you're coming back in. 4,100 they do. At 4,001. You've been a good bidder on the phones. At 4,100 is with you here. At 4,100, Ireland, would you like to go 4-2? At 4-1, 4-1, 4-1. Finishing done then. Hammers up this time. Make no mistake, Ireland. If you're coming back in, it's now or never at £4,100. Hammers up and away it sells at 4,100. Sold at 4-1. Telephone bidder. Moving down the list, we go to lot number 123. Lot number 123 is this 1983. It's the Mercedes-Benz. It's the 500 SL there in the light pale blue color. Stylish and usable and ready to enjoy, as it says here. And I don't disagree. £5,000 starts us off at 5,000 bid. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Coming in again at £5,000. Take 500 if it helps. At £5,000. 5's bid. At £5,000. Kick it off. Take 500s if we can there. At £5,000. Thank you, Molly. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Would anyone like a 500 now? At £5,000 is the opening bid here on the commission bid with me. At £5,000. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. £5,500 is bid. At £5,500 with the online bid here at 5,005. At 5,000, 5,005. Would you like to go 6 now? At 5,005. 6,000 is bid. At £6,000. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. Coming back in for another 5. 6,005. 7,000. 2 bidders online now. My commission interest is out. It's all you online. At £7,000. At 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. We'll take the quarters if it helps you out, underbidder. Would you like to go again? We're currently in Liverpool at £7,000. At 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. Anyone coming in for the 250 now? At £7,000, are we finished and done here? At 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. 7,250, they're not. Berkshire's back in at £7,250 a bid. At 7,250, we're bid now at 7,250. At 7,250 is the bid here at 7,250. Would you like to go 7,500 underbidder? Make it nice and quick if you do. It's your last chance. And fair warning, at £7,250 once, twice, finished and done, £7,250. That is provisionally online with you, 18790. Thank you very much. We will get in touch with you very, very shortly after speaking to the vendor. Thank you. Moving on to the next one we go to is lot number 124. It's a 1976. It's one of my favorites in the auction. And what better person to go over to than Lewis to tell you all about it?
Well, thank you very much, Tom. And to be fair, a good choice and favorite. I mean, American cars have a bit of a reputation for being massive boats that couldn't handle a corner from a mile away. But Corvette kind of bucked the trend with that. You got a nice light fiberglass body, very responsive 5.8 liter engine, and they do handle remarkably well compared to most other American cars. I mean, this is the one that really kind of set the trend of Corvettes being iconic. It was the first one to be used as a pace car for IndyCar, which is a tradition they still keep till today. And this one especially, it was brought in from the US, came over from New York. We believe it may have originally been an automatic, but it's been converted to the 4-speed gearbox, which is definitely the one you want. That's the later gearbox. It's had plenty of work done to it. It was taken to Claremont Corvette specialists in Kent and MOT'd in April 2017. The owner spent over £2,800 on the car. I mean, it looks absolutely stunning. It is a hell of an eye catcher. I mean, take a look inside of that lovely red leather combined with the silver paintwork, which presents very well. And it is a car that very much makes an impression. The Stingray name is one that's famous for good reason. The interior itself was refreshed in 2018. It's a well-looked-after car, one that will get a lot of attention, but isn't anywhere near as much of a pain to drive compared to some of the other American cars. So I think it's definitely one to watch and one that will do well. But let's see if the actions match up to my words, and we'll hand back to Tom.
Yes, let's have a look on this one. I love it indeed. The shape on it, it looks great. I've got several commission bids as well, so a lot of other people obviously think so. I'm going to go straight in at 10, 10 and a half, £11,000 we start. At £11,000 is the opening bid here. Take 500s on this one if we can. At 11,000, take 11,500 if you're coming in. At 11,000, 11,000, 11,000, Corvette C3 Stingray at £11,000. At 11,000, 11,000, 11,000, coming in for the 5. At £11,000 is the bid now at 11,000. Would you like to go 5? At 11,000, 11,000, 11,000, 11,500. At 11,500, £12,000 back to my commission bidder now. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. Going to have to take 250 next if we can. 12,250, 12,250, and 12,500. At 12,500, it's on sale from this point with my commission bidder now. At 12,500, take 750 if you wish to go again. At 12,000, 12,500 is the bid. At 12,500, it's going to sell today. So make no mistake, if you're coming in, it's now or never. At 12,500. At 12,000, 12,500 is the bid then. Are we finished and done online? Would you like to go again? At £12,500, we sell once. We sell twice. Finished and done with the online bid then at £12,500. Commission bid, sorry, £12,500. And that is to bidder number 1001 who left that bid there. That is yours if you are watching. The commission bidder, that is yours. Moving down the list we go. Lot number 125 this time is the 1985. It's the Fiat X1 over 9, and it's the no reserve car again today. Another no reserve car sat down there right in front then. Start me off. Who's got £1,000 for it? £1,000 to start. 1985 Fiat. £1,000 to kick it off today. How about £500 then? Surely. £500. Start me off here. Fiat for £500. Anyone interested to start me off today at 500? Five's bid. Thank you very much online. We'll take 600 next. We'll go in hundreds on this one. At £500 is the bid with the online bidder here at £500. At 500, 500, 500. 600's bid. At £600 is the bid now at 600. Online bidder, would you like to go 7? At 600, 600 at the minute. It's in Sussex with you at £600. At 600, 600, 600. Are we finished and done at just £600? I'll tell you what, we'll take 50s if we really need to. At £600, are we sure? Telephone says 650. Thank you, phone bidder. You're in. At £650, that would be nice, wouldn't it? At 700 bid. 700's bid. 750. 750. Telephones back in. Thank you on the phones. At £750 your bid. Online, would you like to go 8? At £750 is the bid now. 800 telephone. Would you like to go 50? Back in. 850. 900. Looking for you now online. Telephone bid at £850 and 9's bid back online. At 900 online here. thanking you. £1,000. At £1,000. Just hundreds you need to go to. Put in the increment needs to be 100 there. This is the increment that's wrong. There you go. And post. It's against you online. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience. Would you like 1,100? 1,100, you're back in. 12. 1,200's bid. 13 will you online? 13 they do. At 1,300 with the online bidder here at £1,300. At 1,300, 1,300. At £1,300 are we finished and done? I'll take the 50 if you think about it on telephone. I can hear it coming. At £1,300 once. At 1,300, 1,300. Twice. 1,400 telephone bidders back in. At 1,400, 1,400. They were really thinking about that then online. Come back in for 1,500 and it might do it. At 1,400 is bid. At 1,400, 1,400. Are we finished and done then? It's on the telephone at £1,400 online. You coming back for one more. 1,500 they are. Thank you very much. At 1,500, 1,500. 1,600 telephone straight back in this time at £1,600. At 1,600, 1,600. Would you like to go 17 online? At 1,600, 1,600. Hammers up. At 1,600, 1,600. Once, twice. Finished. 17 bid. At 1,700, 1,700. I tried. At 1,700, 1,700. No, it's against you at 1,700. The bid is here online. 18 bid. At £1,800 is the bid now at 18 and 1,900 back in online. At 1,900, 1,900. At £1,900 is the bid. Two's back in on the phones. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Telephone bid now at 2,000. We'll stay in the hundreds for you. You're coming back in for one more online. At £2,000 is bid. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. All finished and done then. We're on the telephone. Hammers up. Last chance. Fair warning. We sell this way at £2,000. Finished and done 2,000. Telephone, thank you. £2,000. Moving down the list we go to lot number 126, 2011 in a year. It's the Mini Clubman Cooper D this time, then the Hampton Attractive Edition as well. Have a good look at this one. Looks great there in the pictures that I can see on my screen. And we're straight in at 1,000, 1,200, £1,400. At 1,400, 1,400. At 1,400, would you like 16? At 1,400, 1,400 on the Mini, a Clubman here. At 1,400, 1,400, 1,600, 1,800. At 1,800 now. Coming in for the two. At 1,800, 1,800. Mini Clubman here at just £1,800. At 1,800, 1,800. Are we finished and done at 1,800? 1,800, 1,800 is the bid now at 18 with my commission bids here at 1,800, 2,000, 2,2. At 2,002. At 2,000, 2,200 is the bid now at 2,002. Still on the commission bids now at £2,200 is the bid. 2,4. 2,4's bid. 2,6 is my commission bid. At 2,006. At 2,000, 2,600 is the bid now at 2,006. With the commission bidder here at 2,006. I'll tell you what, we'll take 2,7. We shouldn't need to, but we will. At 2,006. At 2,000, 2,600 and 2,7's in. At 2,700, my bid is out now at 2,700 with the online bid here. At 2,007. At 2,000, 2,700 is the bid. Then are we finished and done at 2,7? At 2,000, 2,700 once. At 2,700 twice. All finished, all done. Online bid has it at £2,700 finished and done 2,7. Provisionally with you there online at £2,700. We will make that phone call. Thank you very much. Moving on down the list we go to this time is lot number 127, 2003 in the year. It's the Volkswagen Golf. It's no reserve again. Nice looking Golf. Start me off. Who's got £500 for the Golf? 500 to start. Anyone interested here? Golf SE, £500 to kick it off today. Coming in for 5. 5's bid. Thank you online. You're in. At 500. Let's go 600 next. At £500 is the bid now at 5. Online bidder has it at the minute. With you at £500. At 500, 500, 500. At £500, are we finished and done already? Maiden bid online. They might steal it away at just £500. No reserve to be sold today. At 500, 500. I'll take 50 if it helps you out. Shouldn't need to, but have a good look. We'll go in 50s. We'll sell it to the nearest 50. 2003 in a year. Volkswagen Golf at just £500. At 500, 500, 500. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance. Fair warning. At £500 then. Hammers up and is selling online at £500. Sold with you online. Thank you very much. Sold for £500. 739. Moving on down the list, we go to 1926 in the year. It's this lovely little Sunbeam. It's the genuine 1920s touring icon there on the ramp, just down below, starting away. Commission bids I'm in at £5,500, £6,000. At just £6,000. Look at all the car you're getting there at just £6,000 at the minute. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. Take 6,500 if it helps. 6,500, 7,000, 7,000's bid. And 7,500 and 8,000 pounds. It's gone on. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. At £8,000 is the bid now at 8. Coming in for 5. 8,500 is that online? 8,500 it is. You're in at 8,005. Online bid here at £8,500. Coming back in for one more at 8,005. At 8,000, 8,500 with the online bid. I'll take 8,750 if anyone wants to jump in for the quarter. At 8,500 is bid. At 8,000, 8,005. At 8,500 are we finishing done here with the online bid? 8,750. Thank you. At £8,750 is the bid now at 8,750. 9 if you're coming back in. At 8,750 is the bid. 8,750, one more 9. Last chance in fair warning, then we're finished and done. At £8,750, last chance. Fair warning, 8,750. Provisionally, 3010 at £8,750. That is provisionally with you online bid. Down the list we go to lot number 129, 2011 in a year, Jaguar XK Auto, modern classic there. Lovely, lovely looking car, this one there. Have a good look. Looks gleaming away in the black, and we're straight in online at £3,000. At 3,035's bid. At 3,005. At £3,500. Just bear with me a minute online. At 3,005. At 3,500 a bid now. 3,004. 4,000's bid here. Before you online. 4,500 on the telephone just behind. 5. 5,000. At £5,000 is bid. Looking for the online. 5,500. 5,005. 6. 6,000's bid. £6,000 now against you on the telephone, shaking the heads on the phones. At £6,000. Take 5 if you're coming back in now online, though. At £6,000. I'll tell you what, we're going quarters. At £6,000. Would you like the quarter bid? At 6,000 a bid. Take 250. At 6,000, 6,000. We're with the gentleman here at 6,250 is in. 6,250. Online bid here at 6,250. Your next bid, 6,500 if you're coming in. At 6,250. At 6,250 is the bid now with the online bid here at 6,250. Would anyone like 6,500? It's your last chance in fair warning then at £6,250. I'll take 6,300 and then we'll go 6,400. At 6,250 with the online bid then once. Twice. Finishing done then is with you online at £6,250. That is provisional 18566. 18566. Provisional bid at £6,250. Moving down the list we go to this time, lot number 130, 1966. And this has to be my favorite car or favorite vehicle in today's auction. It is the Ford Transit Magazine featured motorsport Cosworth BOA V6. Wow. This is an impressive machine. And we're asking for just £10,000 to start it off today. Anyone got 10,000 to start? 10's bid. £10,000. At 10,000, let's go 11. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 is bid. At 10,000, the Ford Transit with the Cosworth engine at just £10,000. 11 bid. 11 and 12. £12,000. It goes on. At 12,000, 12,000. At £12,000 is the bid now at 12. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. Would you like to go 13? At £12,000. 13 you do, you're in online. My commission interest is out now at £13,000. We'll go in 500s from this point. So if you want to come in, the next bid's 13,500. At 13,000, 13,000. At 13,000, just drop the increment if we can. At 13,000, coming in for 13,500. Thank you. At 13,000, 13,000. Would you like to go 5 now? At £13,000. 13,500 online. It's against you. On the telephones now at 13,500. At £13,500 is the bid now at 13,500. At 13,500 is bid with the telephone bidder at 13,500. At 13,500, I'll take 14 if you're coming back in. You're thinking about it at home. At 13,500, then once. 13,500, then twice. Telephone bid at 13,500. All sure, all done. It's very provisional at 13,500, but that is with you at £13,500 on the telephone. We'll see what we can do. Moving on to lot number 131. Another one of our lovely no reserve Jaguars in today's auction. This one's the 1997 Jaguar XK8 Convertible. Another lovely winter project. This one, who's got £1,000 to start me off? £1,000. How about £500 then? Let's get it going today. £500. Start me off here. Jaguar XK8 Convertible. 500, you're in. At 500, let's go 6. At £500. At 500, 500, 500. 6 if you're coming in now is with the online bid here at just £500 bid. At 500, 500. Would you like to go 6? Are we finishing done? Maiden bid. Sneaking it away here at £500. Are we sure? At 500, 500, 500. At £500 all finishing done then. It's your last chance in fair warning and 6 is bid. At 600, I should have known it would have been you, Ireland, sneaking in. At £600 is your bid now. Welcome back. The bid is yours. Would anyone like 7? At just £600, are we sure? Once. At £600. Twice. At £600. We sell this time to the online bid at £600 in Ireland, then finished and done. Sold at 604, 188. Right then, lot number 132, 2014 BMW, and over to you, Lewis.
Thank you very much, Tom. And you ladies and gentlemen at home, you're probably looking at me right now and thinking, what are you doing, Lewis? That's a brand new car. Well, it's not. This is actually 2014 BMW 420d. Now, it may look quite new, but this car is actually 11 years old. So if you've got kids in primary school, this is older. But it's still kept a very modern look to it. You could fool a lot of people. And in my opinion, more personal taste, but this is the last kind of generation of BMWs where the kidney grills actually look like kidneys and went draped over the whole front of the car. It's got all the gizmos that you'd expect from a thoroughly modern car. 8-speed automatic gear shift, ABS. It's got the M Sport heated seats. It is fully loaded. And these are great all-round cars. You got an MPG of 45 to 55. It's practical, but it's also still very fun to drive. It got a 5 out of 5 from Honest John for their review. And if you're looking for something that can just do the everyday, be perfectly happy taking your kids to school, or on the flip side, you want to go out for a little drive on the country roads and actually enjoy yourself, this is the perfect happy ground. If you only need to own one car, this is the car to have. And this one, it's been well looked after. It's got 18-inch alloys on it, 3 keepers from new. It's got recorded service history with 8 stamps in between 2015 and 2023. It's also had a recent inspection report. It's been, again, very well looked after. Little bits and bobs have been refreshed on it. The alloys have been redone up to the kind of standard you'd want. There's a couple of stone chips at the front that you'd expect for the age. But otherwise, you could walk away with what looks like a brand new car for £7,000 to £9,000. I think that's an absolute bargain and one to grab right now. But again, we'll see who takes me up on that offer. Over to you, Tom.
Right then, let's find out what this one's worth then. The 2014 BMW. I love the 4 Series. I got one myself. Great car. Definitely gets me around. And I'm going to say lots of other interest on this one. We're straight in at 3, 3.5, 4,000, £4,500 we start. Take 5,000 next if we can. At 4,005. At 4.5. 5,000. I'm going to have to go 5,500 with me. I'll take 5,750. 5,750. My commission interest is out at £5,750. At 5,750 is the bid. If you want to come in, it's 6. At £5,750 is the gentleman's bid here at the minute. At £5,750 is the bid. Would you like to go 6? At 5,750. At 5,750, 5,750. At 5,750, 6,000 if you're thinking about coming in. At 5,750, would you like to go 6 online? At 5,750, are we finished and done? Last chance in fair warning if you're thinking 6 is bid. Thank you online. 250, sir. At 6,000 is bid. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. Take 1. 6-1. 6-1. At 6,100 is bid. Online, would you like to go 6-2? At 6,000, 6,100 is the bid with the gentleman here. At 6,000, 6,001. At 6,000, 6,100 is the bid now at 6,001. You're coming back in online for one more. You're thinking about it. I can see you hovering at home. At 6,100, we look for you now. At 6,100, gentleman's bid. At 6,000, 6,100, the bid then once. At 6,100, the bid then twice. Gentleman's bid here at 6,100, all finished and done. 305, we'll make that phone call for you, sir. 305, £6,100. Provisional. 305. Right, moving down the list we go to lot number 133. 2007 in a year is the Mercedes SLK 280. Nice looking car, this one here. Low mileage example. It's got good service history that comes with it as well. And I'm straight in at 2. 2,000, 2,2, 2,4, 2,6. We start at 2,600 with my commission interest at 2,006. At 2,000, 2,600 is bid. Would you like to go 2,8? At 2,000, 2,600 pounds is the bid now at 2,006. 2,8, 3,000 back to my commission interest now at 3,000 pounds. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Would you like to go 2? At 3,000 is the bid. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. 3,2, 3,4, 3,4, 3,6 is my commission interest. Need to go 3,8 if you're coming back in. At 3,006. At 3,000, 3,600 with the commission bid at the minute at 3,600 pounds. Would you like to go 3,8? At 3,000, 3,600 is bid. At 3,600 is the bid now at 3,006. If you're coming in, now's your chance. At 3,600 pounds is on the book here. At 3,600, are we finished? Are we done? It's your last chance. And fair warning this time in 3,8's bid. At 3,8, it's locally to me. Welcome, Somerset Bath. At 3,800 pounds, it's your bid. At 3,008. At 3,000, 3,800 is the bid now at 3,008. Would you like to go 4? My commission interest is out. It's all online. At 3,800, we're bid. At 3,000, 3,008, finished and done then. It's your last chance in fair warning. At 3,800 pounds, make no mistake. Last chance in fair warning this time then with the online bid once, twice, finished and done then at 3,800 pounds. Provisionally 6309, 6309. That's 3,800 pounds. We will make that phone call and be in touch very shortly. Thank you very much online. Moving down the list, we go to lot number 134. 1964 is this absolutely beautiful two-toned Bentley S3 there. I love the two-tone blue in these and the silver ones that they do as well. But this one looks absolutely great. Starting off straight away, I'm in at 10, 11, 12,000 pounds is the starting bid here at 12,000 pounds on the Bentley now. At 12,000 is bid. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. At 12,000 pound is the bid now at 12. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. Say 12,500 next if we can. Coming in for the half. At 12,000 pounds. 12.5. 13 bid. At 13,000 now. At 13,000, 13,000. At 13,000, 13,000, you're coming back in for 5. 13,500 you are. At 13,500, 13,500 with the online bid here at 13,005 and 14's back in. At 14,000. At 14,000, 14,000 is bid. S3 Bentley there. Look at it there. The elegance. At 14,000 pounds. Go 5. At 14,000, 14,000, are we finished and done then? It's your last chance in fair warning this time then at 14,000 pounds. If we're all finished and done, once, twice, finished, done, 14,000 pounds. Provisionally with you online at 03010 3010, 13,000 pounds. Provisional. Moving on to lot number 135. Lot number 135, 1952 MGTD Mark II Works competition model as well. Love this one as well. Look at that. Starting off, commission bids. Nothing on my book on this one. So who's got £5,000? Start me off here. MGTD 1952. £5,000 to start me off today. 555. Anyone interested in coming in at 5? 5,000's bid. Welcome in Worcestershire. It's with you now at 5,000. We're going 500s on this one. At 5,000's bid. At 5,000, 5,000 with the Worcestershire bidder now at £5,000. 5.5. At £5,500 is bid. At £5,500 in Dorset this time at 5,005. At 5,000, 5,005. Would you like to go 6? At 5,500 is bid. At 5,000, 5,500 with the online bid then at 5,005. Coming in for the 6. At 5,500 are we finished and done? 6,000's bid. Worcestershire's back in now at 6. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. At £6,000 is the bid now at 6,000. Would you like to go 5 again online at £6,000? I'll tell you what, we'll take 250. 6,250 if it helps. At £6,000 is with the Worcestershire bidder. At £6,000. Would anyone like a 250? At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. Are we all finished? Are we all done at £6,000 with the online bid here then? It's your last chance in fair warning. Online, you coming in for one more. At 6,250 you are. Ireland's in again. At 6,250 and 6,500 straight back to Worcestershire. At 6,005. At 6,000, 6,500 is the bid now at 6,005. Coming in for one more online. Would you like to go again in Ireland? One more. At 6,005. At 6,000, 6,500 a bid now. 6,005 is bid then once. At 6,750 Ireland, you're back in. At 6,750, next bid £7,000. At 6,750 is the bid now at 6,750. Are we finished? Are we done? At 6,750, 7,000's bid. Back in now, Worcestershire. You're in at 7. At 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. At £7,000 a bid now, 7,000's bid here online. At £7,000. Would you like to go 250, one more Ireland? Are you thinking about it? You coming in again? At £7,000. At 7,000, 7,000, 7,000 for the first time, then at £7,000. For the second time, at £7,000, all finished, all done, 7,250 Ireland, you're back in. At 7,250, 7,250. At 7,250 is the bid now at 7,250. Would you like to go 7,500? You coming back in again. At 7,250 is the bid. At 7,250, 7,250. Last chance. Fair warning. Once. Twice. Finished and done then at £7,250. That's going your way provisionally there, Ireland. 7,250. And that is 4,188. Thank you very much. 4,188. £7,250 provisional. Down the list we go to lot number 136, 2004 in the year, mini convertible there. It is the Mini Cooper there, and it's a nice example, early Cooper convertible, and I'm going to go straight in at £2,000 with my commission interest now at £2,000. Say 2,2 next. At £2,000, mini convertible. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. At £2,000 is the bid now at 2,000. Coming in for 2,2. At 2,002, 2,4, go 2,6, one more. At 2,004 is commission interest, one more might do it. At 2,004, take 2,5? 2,5, I'm out, you're in at 2,005. Thank you very much, sir. At 2,005. At 2,000, 2,500 is the bid now at 2,005. Online, would you like to go 2,6? At 2,000, 2,005, gentleman's bid here in the room at 2,005. At 2,000, 2,005, would anyone like to go 2,6? At 2,000, 2,500, then are we finished and done? At just 2,500, seems little for a convertible Mini Cooper then. At 2,500 once online. At 2,000, 2,500 twice. Finished and done. Gentleman's bid, 2,500. Provisionally with you, 305. Thank you, sir. 305. 2,500 provisional bid. We'll see what we can do for you, and we'll be in touch very shortly. Moving on down the list we go. This time is lot number 137, 1966. Jaguar Mark II. Good year that, apparently, 1966. Starting off at 2,000, 2,500, 3,000's bid. £3,000 we start. Jaguar Mark II at £3,000. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. We'll go in twos if we can. 3, 2, I'll take. At £3,000 is the bid now at 3,000. The red Mark II there on the right. At £3,000 we start. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Would you like to go two? At £3,000. At 3,000, 3,000 is the bid now at 3. 3, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 3, 6 is my commission interest. I have to go. One more if you're coming back in. At 3,006. At 3,000, 3,600. Would you like to go 3, 8 now? At 3,000, 3,600. Are we finished and done? At 3,006. At 3,000, 3,600. Last chance in fair warning this time then with my bidder here on the book at 3,006. It goes once. It goes twice. Finished and done. Last chance, fair warning, £3,600. That is provisionally with my commission bidder there, and that is 3010. Moving down the list, we go to lot number 138, another Mini Cooper in today's sale. This one is the Park Lane, no reserve as well. Rare trim and well maintained as well. Lovely looking Mini to be offered with no reserve. Who's got the £500 to start me off? Mini Cooper there, £500. Park Lane edition, surely, 500. 500's bid online. Thank you very much. Let's go 6. We'll run these up in hundreds. Let's see where it gets to. £500 is the bid online. At 500, 500, 500. Park Lane edition Mini Cooper at £500. At 500, 500, 500 with the online bidder here at £500. Would anyone like to go 6? At 500, 500, 500. Are we finished and done then? At just £500? Surely not. At 5 bid. At 500, 500, 500. It's no reserve, so make no mistake. It's here to go today. At £500 is the bid now at 5. Are we finished and done? We'll put the hammer up now at 500. You're thinking about it, aren't you? At £500. Take 50, help me out. 550? 550, gentlemen in the middle. Thank you very much, sir. At £550, your bid now at 550. Online, you need to go 6. At 550, 550, 550 with the gentleman down the front. At £550, are we finished and done? There's a few of you thinking about it online. It's now or never. At 550 once, 550 twice. We sell to the gentleman this time then at £550. Sold it your way. 305. Thank you very much, sir. 305. Moving on to the next one, we go to another no reserve in today's sale. Is the 2001 in the year Jaguar XK8 Convertible. Another lovely little project car. Who's got £1,000 to start me off? £1,000. How about 500 then? We won't go any lower than these. Come on, let's get the bids in. 5's bid. Thank you online. £500. XK8 Convertible at just £500. At 500, 500. I forgot about these. At £500. We'll take the 50 again then if you're coming in. Actually, can we take 50s quickly? Make it nice and quick online if you're coming back in. It's at £500 at the minute. At 5 bid. Take 50s now. At 500, 500, 500. With the online bidder here, starting it off. It's going to sell today. No reserve. It must be sold. So £500. Are we finished and done? Online, if you're coming in, it's now or never at 500 once, 500 twice. Finished and done. We're selling online at £500. Sold your way. Thank you very much. I missed that buyer number 732. Moving down the list we go. Before we do, ladies and gentlemen, got a couple of updates. Lot number 103 sold away at 8,000. Lot number 136 is now sold away at £2,500. That's how the provisional bidding system works, ladies and gentlemen, here at Manor Park Classics. We like to get your cars sold. We have a free-stage sales process, and that's how it works. Sorry about rambling on. Next lot is 140, 2007. It's the Loeb Citroen C4. No reserve again. Lovely little car. Limited edition Loeb theme as well. Love the decals on it. Looks absolutely great, the livery in the red. And we're going to go straight in at £500 with my commission bid. At 500, 500 is bid. Go 6 if we're coming in. Got a bid here at 500. We start at 5 and we'll take 600 if you're coming in now. At 500, 500 is bid. C4 Loeb edition at £500. 600's bid. £600. 700 now back to me at £700 is bid. Commission bidder at 7. At 700, 700. I'll take 50 if it helps them out. Coming back in online. At 750 is bid. At 750, 750, 750. Would you like to go 8? At £750 is the bid now at 750. At 750, 750, 750, and 800 bid. At £800 now. At £800 is the bid now at 8. At 800, 800, 800. Are we finished and done? Last chance in fair warning then on the Citroen C4. We're going to sell today. No reserve. If you're coming in, it's now or never at £800. Once, twice. Finished, done, and selling. Sold at £800. Commission bidder takes that one, and that is 3001. Moving on to me, last sheet, I believe there. The last sheet then. No, 2 more to go. Lot number 141. This one is the core one. 1966 Reliant Scimitar. And over to you, Lewis.
Thank you very much, Tom. Now, the Scimitar is a name that a lot of people will be very familiar with, and this is where it all started. This one, 1966. Now, the story behind this, Daimler released the SP250 concept, and Reliant looked at that and went, quite nice, we can make one ourselves. So they raided Ford's parts bin. They got a straight 6 Ford engine, all kind of little bits and pieces, all came from Ford, and they put this together. And this is very much a slept-on classic, I believe. It presents remarkably well. This one underwent a restoration a couple of decades ago. It has a thick history file with it, detailing everything that was done to it. It is a remarkably well-handling car. They're really nice to drive, actually. And the ownership record shows 4 previous keepers. It's been well looked after. Obviously, the restoration is a bit of an older one, so there are a couple of little signs of age here and there. But again, looking back at it, the interior and exterior presents remarkably well. And £15,000 to £18,000 for a car that I think would stand out quite well at a lot of shows. There's not many of these about anymore. They reckon there's only about 30 still on the road today. When this was registered in 1966, it actually carried the engine number of 222222. So nice and simple to remember. But again, a car that will stand out. It's classy, it's fun to drive, and at quite a remarkable price. So I think if you see this next summer at the show, you know where it came from. But we'll find out what it's worth, and we'll hand back to Tom.
Several commission bids on the book with me here. I'm going to go straight in on the Scimitar at £5,000, £6,000, and £7,000. We start at £7,000 with my commission bid at 7. At £7,000, £7,000. Let's go in the 500s if we can on this one. At £7,000. At £7,000, £7,000, £7,000. Coming in for 5. 7,500. £8,000's bid. At £8,000, £8,000, £8,000. Still on the book with me at £8,000. At £8,000, £8,000, £8,000. At £8,000 is the bid now at 8. Coming in for the 5. 8,500 you do, and 9 back to me at £9,000. At £9,000, £9,000, £9,000. At £9,000 we're up to at 9. Coming in back in online. 9,500's next. At £9,000 is the bid now at 9. At £9,000, £9,500. 9,500 and 10,000 bid. At £10,000, £10,000, £10,000. At £10,000 is the bid now at 10. Are we finished and done here with my commission bid at 10? Coming back in for 5, one more. At £10,000, £10,000 is the bid now at 10. Are we finished and done? Is your last chance in fair warning. Would you like to go 10,500? Go once at £10,000. Go twice at £10,000. All finished and done then with my commission bid at 10,000. We'll see what we can do. 3010 for £10,000. Provisional. Moving down the list we go. 9. This lovely Porsche Boxster S 2000 in a year. Lot number 142. An S entry level Porsche and affordable prices as well. Oh, start me off. Who's got £2,000 for the Porsche Boxster? 2,000 seems reasonable. Let's kick it off today at £2,000. 222. Anyone interested at 2? 2's in and away. Thank you online. You're in at 2,000. Go 22 next. At £2,000 for the Porsche Boxster. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Going 200s if we can. At £2,000. At 2,000, 2,000 is the bid now at 2. At 2,002. 2's bid. At 2,002. At 2,200 is the bid. 2,400. At 2,000, 2,400. New bidder in Cheshire is with you now at 2,004. Would you like to go 2,600? 2,600 you do. At 2,006. At 2,000, 2,006. Take 2,800 next if you're coming in. 2,800. Thanking you online. At 2,800 is your bid. At 2,800. At 2,000, 2,800 is the bid now at 2,008. Would you like to go 3? At 2,800 bid. At 2,000, 2,800. I'll take 2,900 if you're nice and quick then. At 2,800, you're coming in for the small buy. We'll go in hundreds. At 2,800, the bid then once. Twice. Finished and done then with the online 2,900. 2,900's back in. At 2,009. At 2,000, 2,900 is the bid now at 2,009. Underbidder, would you like to go 3? At 2,000, 2,900 once. At 2,000, 2,900, then twice. Last chance, fair warning, 2,9 in 3 bid. At 3,000 now, go 1 if you're coming back in. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. At £3,000 a bid now, 3,000 is the bid. Are we finished? Are we done? Would you like to come in for another one? At £3,000, we'll count you down again at 3,000 once, twice. Finished and done with the online bid then at £3,000. 3-1. 3,001. At 3-1 is bid. At 3,000, 3,100 is the bid now at 3,001. With you in Slough at £3,100 is your bid. Would you like to go 3-2? 3-2 comes back in. 3-2, Cheshire, you're in. At 3,002. At 3,000, 3,002. Would you like to go 3-3? At 3,002. At 3,000, 3,200 is the bid then once. At 3,200 is the bid then twice. It's your bid online at £3,200. 3-3. 3,003. At 3,003. Cheshire bidder. Coming back in for 3-4. Last chance online. Once. Twice. Finishing done then at 3,300. 3-4. 3-4. They like the battle here. At 3,004, leaving it very late. I think I know who that is as well. At 3,400 is your bid at the minute. 3-5 if you're coming back in. They like the late bidding today. We'll count you down. Once, twice. Finished and done at £3,400. Provisionally with you at £3,400. That is a provisional bid. We're quite close though on that one. And that is 18794. Thank you very much there, online bidder. That is your bid provisionally at £3,400. We move down to lot number 143, 1972 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. Then the Silver Shadow this time. Let's not mess around. I got a bid straight in at £5,000. Silver Shadow at £5,000 we start. At 5 is bid. At 5,000, 5,000. Let's say 5-5 next if you're coming in. At £5,000 is the bid now at 5,000. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Would you like to go 5? At £5,000 is bid. At 5,000, 5,000 is the bid now at 5,000 on my book here at £5,000. Would you like to go 5 anywhere else? Are we finished and done? It's your last chance in fair warning. I'll take 500 if you're coming in. At 5,000 once. At 5,000 twice. 5-5. My commission interest is out now at 5,005. At 5,005, take 750 if it helps you out. Anyone coming in anywhere else? We're going quarters. My interest is out. So at 5,500 is an online bid. At 5.5. At 5,500 a bid now. 5,005 is your bid here online. Would anyone like 5,750? If not, we will submit the bid. We are a little way off, but make no mistake. Last chance. Fair warning. Finished and done then at £5,500. We'll see what we can do for you, online bidder. £5,500 provisional. And that was... missed the number there, but we'll get it in the office. Moving on to lot number 144 is lot number 1976. Sorry, lot number 144, the 1976 MG Midget 1500. Smart example this is there. Nice little roadster. Have a good look. Gleaming away. Love the dark red color on this. Start me off. Let's get it going. I'm in straight away. 1,000, 1,200, 1,400 pounds. At just 1,400 pounds, we're starting on the MG Midget here. At 1,400, 1,400. 16's bid. At 16 and 1,800 back to me. At 1,800, 1,800. Coming in for 2. At 1,800, 1,800. At 1,800 pounds is the bid now at 18. At 1,800, 1,800. Look how great it looks at just 1,800. I'll tell you what, I'll take 19 if it helps you come back in online. At 1,800, 1,800. One more might do it. At 1,800, 1,819. My commission interest is out now. It's the online bid here at £1,900. At 1,900, 1,900. Would anyone like to go 2? At 1,900, 1,900. At £1,900 is the bid now at 19. Are we finished and done with the online bidder here at 1,900, 2,000 if you're coming in now. At 1,900, 1,900. We'll count it down then at 19 once. At 1,900, 1,900 twice. Finished and done then. Online bid at £1,900. That's with you online, £1,900 provisionally, and we will see what we can do for you, online bidder. Moving on to lot number 145, no reserve car today. Another XK8 Jaguar Coupe this time then, no reserve, smartly presented. This one is absolutely looks great indeed. Hard top there as well. Starting in straight away at £1,000 with me. At 1,000 is bid. At £1,000. Let's go 1,100 next. I got £1,000 bid. At 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. At £1,000 is the bid now at 1,000. Would you like 1,100 anywhere else? At £1,000 is bid. Commission bidder at £1,000. You coming in for 11. You're thinking about it. 11's bid. 12's bid. At £1,200. At 1,200, 1,200 is the bid now at 12. At 1,200, 1,200, we'll take 13 if you're coming back in. It's to be sold, so make no mistake. Look what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, at 1,300 for the first time then. For the second time, finished and done at £1,300. Hammers up and away it goes. Make no mistake if you're coming in online. Sold there, 1,300, and that is to my bidder number 3010, £1,300. Moving down the list, we go to lot number 146. This time is a 1970 Fiat 600e, no reserve. Look at that, charming little character, this one. And we're going to go straight in with my commission bid, this time of £500. At 500 is the bid, was where we start. At £500. Take 600 if you're coming in. At 5 bid. At 500, 500, 500, would you like to come in for 6? At 500 is bid. 600, gentlemen's bid. My bidders are out already. Your bid, sir, is £600. At 600, 600, online, would you like to go 7? At 6 bid. At 600, 600, 600. Are we finished and done? We will sell. 7's bid now at 700. 700 bid. Would you like 8, sir? Why not? 750. Thank you. 750. I look for you now online. Would you like to go 8? At £750. One more. Thinking about it. Once, twice. Hammers up. 708 bid. 50 again if you want to go again, sir. That's £800 is the bid now with you in Kent. At 800 bid. 50. Thank you. Gets the nod. £850 were bid. Online, would you like to go 9? Just need to push it on one if we can. 850 with the gentleman at the back. 900. 900 is an online bid. Shakes the head. At £900. Would anyone else like to come in for another 50? At 900, 900, 900. At £900 with the online bid in Kent. Once. 50. 1,000 bid. All online now. Let's go a little bit faster online then. 1,000. We'll stay in the 50s, but make your bidding nice and quick. At 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Are we finished and done? It's your last chance in fair warning. We're selling today, then this time it sells at the 1,050s bid. At 1,050, 1,050. 11 bid. 1,100 now. At 1,100, 1,100. Your bid online at £1,100. Would you like to go 50 again? At 1,100. Hammers up this time. 50 if you're coming back in now. Once, twice. Finished and done. We sell then at £1,100 and 50 bid. 1,150. 1150, 1150, 1150. Your bid, 12 at £1,200 now. Would you like to go 50 again online? Come on, we shouldn't need to think too much. We're in £50 bids at £1,200 a bid. Are we finished? Are we done? Once, twice, I sell. So the online bid this time is going. It's going. It's gone. Sorry, £1,200 there. Sold to 1, 2, 4, 8, 6. Thank you very much there. That is your bid. Sold away. Moving on to lot number 147, 2005 in a year. XJ8 V8 Sovereign. Another no reserve car today in today's auction. I've got several commission bids on this one. I'm going to go 1,000, 2,000. I'm going to have to go 2,2. And I need to take 2,4 next. At 2,002 is bid. At 2,000, 2,200 we're bid now at 2,002. Would anyone like to go 2,4? At 2,000, 2,200 is the bid. Are we finishing done? Commission interest here, taking it away at 2,002. 2,4. I'm going to have to go 2,6. One more might do it though online. That's all I'll say. At 2,006. At 2,000, 2,600, we look for you now. At 2,600, are you finishing done? Last chance. Fair warning. Hammers up. And we sell once. We sell twice to the commission bidder then at £2,600. We're all finished and done. Sold at 2,600. Thank you, commission bidder. That is yours, 2,600. And that is 3,008. Moving on to the last ride home today, ladies and gentlemen. Lot number 148 is the 1981 Ford Fiesta Convertible. Bit of a cool little quirky car this one is. I had a good look around it. You don't see many of them. I think it's been done by someone themselves. There's a self-done conversion there, and it looks great. It's got loads of patina to it. Looks absolutely beautiful. Let's start it off. Who's got £500 to start? £500. Fiesta Convertible. For just £500. We're bid. £500. Let's go 50s on this one. It's the last lot of the day. Bid up nice and quick online. 550. Thank you. At £550 is the bid now at 550. At 550, 550, 550. Would you like 6? Thinking about it. At 550 is the bid online. We're looking for 600 if we can. Telephone, 600. Thank you, telephone bidder. You're in. At 600, 600. Been a good bidder on the telephone today. At £600 is with you at the minute. We'll take 50 again if you're coming back in. At 600, 600, 600. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning online. I'm going to put the hammer up once, twice, and selling on the telephones. This 650. 650's bid. 700. Telephone, thank you there at £700. At 700, 700. Online, we're looking for 50. Would you like to go again? Thinking about it. Hammers up. At 700 once. At 700 twice. Selling this time on the telephone at £700. Telephone bidder, £700. Thank you very much there on the telephone. And also thank you very much to all you bidders online and all the people who joined in on YouTube. We got next auction. If you see you again next weekend, I believe. We're up to Friday, we got the bikes. Saturday, we got the cars in Cheshire. We also have weekly timed auctions finishing on the website every Thursday. So please do consign some cars for the new year now. If you're looking to get your cars sold, get in touch. The sooner you get in touch to us, the better it is, because the more time we have to get it on social media, advertise it, the car could even sell before it's gone to auction. So please, if you've got any cars to sell, just get in touch straight away. What's the worst thing that can happen with a phone call? Also, auctions next week here from Barron's Classics. Next year are every 6 weeks, and they're going to start at 12 o'clock and not the 1 o'clock. But thank you all for bidding. We've been Manor Park Classics at Barron's this weekend. I've been Thomas Rose. Thank you all, and see you again next week.